In this video, we're going to discuss some of the basics of enterprise risk management. There is a ton of guidance on enterprise risk management, and I've read a great deal of it. Many classes ago, I cautioned you that the language of risk is messy and still evolving. That was never more clear than with the evolving language of enterprise risk management. So I have decided to use wisdom from Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland to set the stage for implementing enterprise risk management. "Speak English," said the eaglet. "I don't know the meaning of half those long words, and what's more, I don't believe you do either. You'll find new terminology here: risk appetite, risk tolerance, risk capacity, risk profile, risk register. These words are not intuitively obvious. After completing your course readings, you may feel as Alice did with the Mad Hatter. Alice felt dreadfully puzzled. The Hatter's remark seemed to have no sort of meaning in it, and yet it was certainly English. "I don't quite understand you," she said, as politely as she could. The conflicting definitions and the choice of words often lead to confusion. You will read things and want to say as Alice did. "I think I should understand that better," Alice said very politely, "if I had it written down, but I can't quite follow it as you say it." The words may have had meaning to the author, but it is often lost on the reader. There are terms like risk appetite which will make you say, "If any one of them can explain it," said Alice, "I'll give him sixpence. I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it." With keen insight, the king said, "If there's no meaning in it," said the king, "that saves a world of trouble, you know, as we don't need to find any. And yet I don't know," he went on, spreading out the verses on his knees, and looking at them with one eye, "I seem to see some meaning in them after all. If you stick with it, it does begin to clear and make some sense." "Why?" said the dodo. "The best way to explain it is to do it. And as you might like to try the thing yourself some winter day, I will tell you how the dodo managed it. It is perhaps true the best way to learn enterprise risk management is to dive in and just do it. I will be your dodo and will do my best to prepare you for your dive. The language of risk is messy, and no dialect is messier than that of enterprise risk management. Familiar terms like risk are sometimes used in unfamiliar ways. New terminology has been invented, and some old terminology has been repurposed. Is risk appetite a new idea, or is it just risk attitude recycled? Identical terminology is defined in varying ways. Risk appetite is a great example of a term without a clear definition. Varying terminology is defined in identical ways. For example, risk appetite and risk tolerance are sometimes used as synonyms and other times carefully differentiated. There are many self-proclaimed experts, and they all intend the words to mean what they want them to mean. So when you are reading about enterprise risk management, be prepared to be challenged by how the terms are used. Expect confusion and inconsistency as you read. This is not all bad news. There are some fundamentals that seem common to all models. With such a wide array of thoughts on the topic, you may choose what is useful and leave the rest. If nothing else, be assured there is no one right way to do enterprise risk management, and in these early years, there are no real experts. Here are some enterprise risk management basics that we address in this course. All organizations face risk, and all organizations manage risks, even those that have no idea they're doing so. In ERM, Integrated Enterprise-Wide Risk Management replaces risk management in silos. ERM differs in the fact that it's a top-down initiative that must be owned by top management. Risks are managed at the enterprise level as well as at the task level, although some readings on enterprise risk management are a bit divided on this point. A chief risk officer may be useful, or at least someone who's in charge of the ERM process. Risk assessment is a critical piece of ERM. And if you haven't guessed it already, you're going to need a model if you're going to practice ERM.